Hey there. Welcome to Discover the Divine You. My name is Kimberly Nicole. Right now I'm on a journey to figure out who the real Kimberly Nicole is, who I was divinely created to be. So I created this podcast in hopes others could benefit from what I'm learning and the different ways I'm connecting with a higher power. I created this space for honest conversations about healing, creativity, spiritual growth, and learning to reconnect with myself while living presently in my life. I'm a mom of 3. I have a job. I'm in 12-step recovery. Real life happens every day. So this is a space of no pressure, no expectations, no perfection, just progress. A journey towards finding peace, clarity, and connection to something bigger than ourselves, going from chaos to calm. So here we go. I'm so glad you're here to take this journey with me. Let's get creative. Episode 6, Challenge Accepted. Boop. Hello, everyone. It is me. That was a very loud hello. I apologize to your ears. Hi, I'm Kimberly Nicole, and this is Discover the Divine You. Welcome back. Okay, this isn't my first podcast episode. It is, I don't know which one, but it is my first in a series of many to come. Because this morning I was challenged by someone to do 90 podcasts in 90 days. And instantly I was like, no. But I thought about it because in 12 Steps, we often encourage newcomers to go to 90 meetings in 90 days so that they can just go to a ton of meetings, stay consistent, and focus on recovery and find the meetings that feel right for them. So I am going to accept this challenge, even if it's a little bit hesitantly, and we're going to do it. So I've got my list. Let's see, where is it? Got my list of 90 topics that have to do with recovery. And here we go. First one, powerlessness. Let me tell you a little story about this one. Okay. Well, I love it for my first in the series of 90 and 90 because the first step is I realized I'm powerless and my life has become unmanageable, right? So as I started to film the first of the 90 and 90, I got someone calling in and interrupted the video. Powerless. I'm sure I'll have a kid knock on the door or my husband call me or whatever. Powerless. The sun might not be right. I might have something funny on my face. My hair might be doing a weird thing. Powerless. I mean, I could do something about those things, but it is what it is, right? It's about progress, not perfection. So I had a very common misconception about powerlessness for a very long time. I thought that if you were powerless, there was no hope, that power meant control, power meant safety. You know, it was just a bunch of lies, because I have found that surrender to a power greater than myself is the key to feeling in control and confident and strong. So the more I try to be in charge and be the higher power, I just become like my life becomes total chaos and I become a big mushy ball mess on the floor, just crying in the corner, which I don't want to do. So I don't want to be like a doormat either. So the idea of powerlessness, it doesn't have to be this like completely out of control version of yourself. It just means that stuff's going to happen whether you like it or not. Because every person on this planet has their own agency and can make their own decisions. And sometimes those decisions are going to specifically affect your life, whether you like it or not. Take being a mother, for instance. I've got 3 kids, and they often don't want to listen to anything I have to say. And I often felt that way when my mother told me what to do or my father told me what to do. And even still, I have a hard time with people trying to tell me what to do. Like if someone said, you can't do that, I would turn around and go and do that thing, because how dare you tell me what to do? I kind of have a little bit of an issue with authority. And I think that's why the idea of a higher power or God was like really tough for me, because it just felt like another authority figure that was going to try to tell me what to do and who to be and how to be. And in reality, God is never, my higher power is never going to tell me who to be and how to be, but he will guide me in a direction and give me opportunities and give me, what's the word, like templates. He will give me guidance. He'll give me, like in program, they say often that these are suggestions. They're not like, you have to do this, but if you want to, these are the suggested ways that we, give to people so that they can recover. So my higher power gives me suggestions all the time. And I find that the more I listen to those suggestions, the better my life is. Fancy that. So, having a difficult time with being powerless, I think it was because I linked hopeless with powerless, which is not the same. Because if you believe in a power greater than yourself, there's always going to be hope. I mean, life might not go the way we want, and things are going to happen that are out of our control. And we will feel like I can't control anything. But when I can't control another person, which is literally never, I go to my higher power and I ask them for the guidance and the direction and the peace and the hope that I need, right? I don't rely on any outside sources for those things, because then I'm really powerless, and hopelessness is legit in those moments, for me anyways. Could be different for you. I don't know. But if you have the secret to that, let me know, because I'm interested. But I think that powerlessness is really important, because we talk a lot in program about how it's not our strengths, but our weaknesses that bind us together. So when I feel the most powerless and completely out of control with whatever is happening, that's when I rely on my higher power the most. That's when I go, God, I do not know what is going on or what to do. I need your help. And that is when I see the most miracles. When I surrender and I give up and I just admit, like, whoa. I mean, I don't give up. I don't like that word necessarily, but when I say, I have done all I can do, the rest is up to you, I see such amazing miracles happen. I see it in my everyday. It's not always ginormous and extravagant. Like sometimes it's the thing that you're trying to organize fits perfectly in that space that you had available. I love it when that happens. It's my favorite. That's a miracle. When I just give up and I go, okay, God, how do you want me to organize this area? What do you want me to say in this podcast? What do you want me to say when I'm speaking at this meeting? How do you want me to dress today? Which I love my outfit today because it's my favorite. It says Thug Life and it's the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls were my best friends for like all of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Maybe even into high school. I watched them every single day, hung out, binged on whatever food I could steal from the kitchen, and I felt safe there. So it's fun for me today to parade this Thug Life shirt, Walmart special, by the way, and remember how far I've come. Like, I loved that show. I loved the comfort that it brought me. I love that it made me laugh. I love that, I learned a lot of life lessons from that show, but I really felt so powerless in that time of my life. I just felt I needed to be invisible in order to protect myself because I had no control over what was happening in my life. My anxiety was through the roof. My depression was through the roof. I started gaining weight really, really fast because all I did was sit in front of the TV and eat. And I just felt like I wanted to disappear. And today, I don't want to disappear. I'm really kind of in love with my life. I have a beautiful family. I have a safe home. I have beautiful friends. I have a strong recovery. I am starting a soon-to-be thriving business. And I'm helping people. And I love that. And I'm so grateful for that. And it's all because I admitted I was powerless over everything and that my life had become unmanageable. Now, I had to say something specific at the time because I'm in several 12-step programs, which doesn't mean anyone else needs to be, but I feel like the 12 steps really helped me in so many aspects of my life: financial, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. Like, I have been through all the therapies. I love them. I've learned so much from them, and they have really improved my life. But so much started to click when I started to admit that I was powerless and my life had become unmanageable, and let a power greater than myself guide me through the steps. And, having a sponsor is amazing. Having like-minded individuals, people who have this just insane way of thinking about certain things, totally get that you do the same thing. Finding those people where I fully fit in. I could be myself. I could say totally insane things that most people would judge me for. And those people in the rooms, they just loved me anyways. They loved me and they were like, yeah, I totally get it. I see where you're coming from. I've been there. And that gave me hope. That gave me some power. I was able to take my power back by giving my power over to a higher power. I was able to get so much more confidence. And so, maybe it's not really my power, but I realize that now I have the power inside me to do so many things that I could never do before. And that is a magical gift. So if anyone ever tells you you're powerless, it's baloney, because your power lies within you, and that power lies within a higher power, right? So in giving up your power to a higher power, you then gain power. It's pretty amazing. And I just love it. And I just wanted to share that little ditty with you. And I will see you tomorrow for our day 2 of 90 and 90. And I cannot wait. So do something fun and nice and creative for yourself today, because you friggin' deserve it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, thanks so much for being here today. You're my favorite. I'm so glad you came. I know life is busy, so I really do appreciate the time you're taking to do some self-care and hang out with me for a little bit. If something that we talked about today resonated with you and you want to dig a little deeper, I put together a 5-minute creative reset guide called Chaos to Calm that you can access in the show's description. And I would be so grateful if you'd subscribe and share this podcast with someone out there that you think could benefit from what we're creating here together. Also, remember, I am just sharing my experience, strength, and hope as I understand it here. So if bigger emotions come up, please take care of yourself and reach out to a licensed professional or someone that you trust for support. You are not alone in this. So until we create together again, please be kind to yourself and do something creative, because you deserve it.